Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Gunjan Yadav and today I am going to solve all your queries related to conference paper publication. If you are a research scholar or a faculty member, then I am sure that you might have received multiple emails from various conference organizers from all over the world, and you are not sure that which conference will be beneficial for you, and further which conference will ultimately improve your profile, and you are in a dilemma that which conference I should select. Let us understand when you should go for conference presentation. For example, if you are a beginner and new to research and you haven't written any research paper yet, then it is always advisable that first you write at least one or two conference papers, as this will not only help you to enhance your writing skills, but when you go and attend these conferences, you get an opportunity to meet the researchers who are working in the similar domain, and it will also help you to get some valuable insights that can be really beneficial for you to take your research work to the next level. So, once you have presented one or two conference papers in any of the conference, then I'm sure that you will be in a good position to write a good research paper that can be published in a Scopus or SCI index journal. Whereas, if you have already completed your PhD, then attending such quality and renowned conferences will help you to generate new research ideas and research threads on which you can work, or you can ask your PhD students to work within. But if you are not sure that which conference you should select, how to prepare a conference paper, and how to extract maximum benefit out of a conference, then don't worry. Today in this video, we are going to discuss how to select a conference, how to prepare a conference paper, what are the different ways to generate funding for the conference, how the pre-preparation can be done for a conference, and what should be done at the conference venue. So without any further delay, let's get started. Conference selection is very important, as you need to be very sure and particular which conference you are going to select. Whether that conference is going to help you, will it boost or will it help to improve your research knowledge and understanding of the research work that you are doing? All these questions can be answered with the help of following categories that I have defined over here. So first of all, let us start with the theme of the conference. Before selecting any particular conference, you need to be very particular and sure what is the main theme of the conference. For example, if I am working in the area of industrial engineering and production, and I submit my conference paper into a conference which is named as International Conference on Science, Engineering and Technology, do you think that my submission to that conference will be beneficial to me? Absolutely not. Why? Because if there are 100 papers submitted to this conference, then these papers will be a mix from the stream of chemistry, physics, computer science, chemical engineering, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, etc. How many papers I can find in such conference related to my area? Maybe less than 5 or 0. But just opposite to this, if I submit my research paper into a conference that is named as International Conference on Industrial Engineering, then it is likely to be found that there are around 50 or more than 50 papers which are actually related to my research work. So it is always advisable that you select a conference that perfectly matches to the theme of your research work. As reflecting from the name, if the researchers and participants of the conference are from the same country, then this conference is known as National Conference. Whereas if the participants, experts or the attendees are from different countries, then it is known as International Conference. It is always advisable that if the researchers, participants or the conference paper presenters are coming from different countries, then there are more likely the chances that you get a variety of research work presented into that conference. So it will be advisable that you submit your research paper to any of the international conference. Further, the organizer of the conference matters a lot. Why? Let us understand with the help of an example. Based on the qualifying exam after the 12th standard, the students get admitted to IITs, NITs, IIITs and other government and private institutions. While When we talk about the placement activities, why do the company follows this chronological order? Because they consider this chronology as the quality of the students. Same is the case with the organizer of the conference. Always prefer IITs, NITs, IIMs and other quality institutions to submit your conference paper. Why? Because they have a very strong review papers. Hence, the papers that are finally shortlisted for the conference are of high quality and you can gain a lot of benefit out of those papers that can ultimately help to improve your research work. The next important thing that you need to consider is the forward publication. Mostly the conference committee opt for 4 different kind of forward publication. The first one is no publication. In this category, the conference committee asks you to present your research paper, but they do not publish it anywhere and you are free to publish your research work. Second one is the abstract publication. In this category, the conference committee only publish your abstracts of the paper and not the full length paper. So you are again free here to publish your research work anywhere you want. But in both these cases, you have actually revealed your research work during your presentation. So there are likely the chances that your research idea can get copied and any other researcher who has attended this conference may publish similar kind of research work. The third category is proceedings or full-length publication. In this category, the conference committee publishes your entire research paper into a form of conference proceedings. But you need to be very sure and particular to observe that the conference proceeding that is being published, what is the indexing of the conference. So make sure that at least the indexing is Scopus indexed. The last one is journal publication. So many of the conference publishers, they ask you to submit an extended version of your research paper that you have submitted to their conference after the conference completion. That extended version of the paper goes into the systematic review process of the journal, and after revisions and the comments given by the reviewers, your paper can be accepted finally. So it is always advisable that you select such conference that have forward publication in the form of journals. The other essential aspect is keynote speaker of the conference. For example, if I'm working in the area of supply chain management, I know who are the most prominent researchers in my domain. If I find any of these researchers as a keynote speaker of this conference, then I should definitely attend this conference. All the conferences opt 2 different modes for presentation of their research paper. One is oral presentation, the other one is poster presentation. In poster presentation, the researcher is expected to prepare one poster that represents his research work and that need to be explained to the attendees of the conference. The next one is oral presentation. Here, you need to develop a PowerPoint based presentation of your research work and present it in front of the attendees of the conference in a digital format. So, it is always advisable to prefer the conferences that are permitting you for the oral presentation rather than poster presentation. The next one is mode of the conference. Nowadays, you can observe many of the conference organizers are opting for online presentation of the conference. In my personal opinion, I don't feel that this online form of presentation of the conference paper will be beneficial to the researchers because it eliminates all the benefits of the physical presence of the researchers at the conference venue and the motive of attending the conference gets scattered. Hence, according to me, only select those conferences that are permitting you to physically come and present your conference paper at their conference venue. After selecting where you want to present your conference paper, the next step is to prepare your conference paper. The conference committee may initially ask you to submit the abstract of your research paper and later you can submit your full paper. For preparation of your research paper, you need to check the author guidelines and also you need to be ensure what is the conference template given by the conference committee. The conference committee gives you the exact structure in their conference template how you need to develop your reference paper. Do keep an eye on the deadlines of the conference paper that need to be submitted. Depending on the review policies of the conference committee, your paper initially gets reviewed, and after making the successful amendments and revisions, your paper finally gets accepted into that conference if found suitable according to their set standards. Once you get the acceptance letter from the conference organizing team to present your conference paper, the next step is to arrange the funding for your conference presentation. Many institutions in India are attached to TICUB, which is funded by MHRD. It provides financial support for conference paper presentation. Not only the faculties, but PhD scholars, MTech students, and even BTech students are eligible to utilize this funding. Apart from TICUB, there are various other funding agencies in India where you can apply for financial assistance, such as DST, CSIR, AICTE, IBM Travel Grant, IBRO, CTEP program, and many more. The funding agencies that provide you the financial help that includes the cost of registration fee, your to and fro travel, your food and accommodation expenses. I have prepared a dedicated video on how to generate the financial help from various funding agencies to present your conference papers within India as well as abroad. You can see the link somewhere over here, and I will also mention it in the description box below. Now, pre-preparation is another important aspect that many of the researchers ignore. Before leaving for the conference, every organizing committee of the conference provides you the detailed schedule of the conference. So it is very important for you to go through that entire schedule of the conference and make sure that you select the most relevant conference presentations that are exactly correlated to your research work. If you are a PhD student, then it will help you learn better insights related to your research area. Whereas if you are a faculty member, then you can understand what are the recent developments and further enhanced research threads of your research domain, so that accordingly you can proceed to your further research, and it will even give you more research ideas to let your PhD students conduct a detailed research. The last one is what you should do during the conference. During the conference, the most essential element is social networking. It can be done in two ways. First, with the keynote speakers and the experts, and the second one is with the PhD student and other research scholars. The keynote speakers are the most important source of knowledge related to the theme of the conference. Interact with them to introduce your area and the topic of research. Seek their opinion to gain research directions in order to make your research path more aligned. Note down the suggestions given by the experts and get them discussed with your supervisor later. Attend the keynote session of the experts and note down the critical issues reported by them, as it will help you to improve your research work. The second important part is interaction with PhD students and other research scholars. They are the other important resources to gain knowledge and keep yourself updated with your research area. While attending the presentation sessions of other researchers during the conference, you must mandatorily note down the literature gaps and research directions reported by them. It will help you in developing your literature review paper that you are going to submit for the journals. Further, I would advise that note down the important key points and the methodologies which are being presented by the other researchers, as it will help you to define your objectives of the study and achieve them successfully. I have uploaded a dedicated video on how to write a literature review paper. The link for that video can be seen somewhere here, and I will also mention that into the description box below. After watching this video, if you follow the prescribed content and are able to write a conference paper and present it into a conference, then I will believe that my motive behind making this video is achieved successfully. If you find this video informative, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated with our new uploads. Please mention your valuable suggestions in the comment sections below, and do let me know on what topic you want me to develop my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, stay safe.